the RLCS roster coming in to an AEL series, it's hard to go past them.
I have to agree with you. And look, I don't know why you think I would enjoy Eagle Boys. I thought the pizza was... Well, I'm not going to say anything because in case they're watching...
Australian.
Oh, it's Australian, yeah. Is it Australian to be... Nope, we're not going to say anything about any brands here. Either way, we are off on this one. I do have to agree with you, though, when it comes to RMIT in this matchup. I mean, Exodus as well as Sweeper, the two of them obviously have been practicing, scrimming together, getting ready for those RLCS runs, new org, new team, and you'd have to come into that thinking they have all the confidence in the world right now.
Yeah, I would assume so. They've been scrimming like crazy coming into this. I actually know the guys who picked them up under that EXO roster. They're very, very excited to have these guys on board. So obviously a lot of promise in them, and it's going to be a tough one to beat.
Yeah, they are going to be a challenge for sure, but hey, who knows? Maybe Griffith might be up to it. As this team, I mean, we haven't seen them too much. Sleepy, extremely washed up, as well as Shiro, who, by the way, just scored the first goal of this game.
Yeah, with a big assist there. It might not have even been... Oh, he did get awarded for it for the pass in, but it wasn't that I was focused on. It was that demo there. That was a save and a half. Absolutely denied.
Also, as mentioned before, should be noted, best of 7 instead of best of 5. So the expectations coming into this series, sometimes game 1 could be that little bit slower, that little bit more reserved. Doesn't look to be the case, though, because so far in this game, even though the first goal might have gone to Griffith, it has felt much more RMIT focused.
Yeah, I don't think that there's going to be much of a doubt here that everything's going to be RMIT focused here. But I don't know, for me, you know, I think both of us are pretty big fans of the underdog. So Griffith EV has a lot of my attention right this second to see how they answer. Right now they're on top, so, you know, can't complain about that.
Yeah, everyone loves the good underdog story, don't get me wrong, and as much as I enjoy seeing them win, sometimes it makes me frustrated when the team that should win winds up dropping the ball, so to speak. However, no one's really made any egregious misplays yet. Sweeper, nice read off the attack out of Sleepy. Shiro will try to challenge along the sidewall, can't do too much with it.
Oh, Sweeper.
Yeah, has some space, has some time. I feel like so far, though, even though we've been seeing a lot more attacking pressure coming from the orange side, we haven't really seen them take any threatening shots yet.
They haven't been as fast as I was expecting either, and I mean, the fact that Griffith is up in front right now might be unexpected, and you might maybe feel a little disappointed toward RMIT Black for not starting off as strong as we had hoped, but does mean that there's potential for a really good competition out of this match, and that's what I'm looking for. Right now, I feel like that might not even be there quite yet if they don't warm up faster in this game one. But there's one shot away, the block there. Good.
That would have been a little bit awkward, I think, for the Griffith side, had that one fallen in. Instead, RMIT, with a pass up the middle, might have a chance. Exodus fakes the touch. Shiro has it read and makes the save on the line.
Shiro blocked there. Good pass back to Exile, but again, the speed's not quite there. Sweeper has to get onto it.
Whoa!
Passes one. The backboard's not there. Exodus is, but it's gone short and comes up off the backboard for a clear.
Yeah, 100 seconds remaining in this game. 1-0 in favor of Griffith right now. If we are going to see RMIT increase the tempo, now would be the time. They're parked in front of the net. It's a miss on defense. Sweeper doesn't win the challenge straight, and extremely washed up gets some distance off of the clear.
Yeah, now they have the chance to really step up to the expectation, but they deny themselves here. Sleepy gets away with murder, and it's 2-0.
Oh my goodness, the only thing he had to be careful of was avoiding extremely washed up on the play up the side. That was a very unfortunate rotational mistake. You did see the defender try to dive off the wall, couldn't get there in time, and we now have a 2-0 lead.
I mean, he was so early on that as well, it was barely a defense. He was looking to create offense out of that touch and just couldn't find it at all with open space for that free touch on the ball. Now Exodus again does have control, gonna grab the boost as well, goes to all with it, doesn't have the speed to outpace his opponents. They might just be underestimating them at the moment, but they shouldn't be. 2-0 down. Oh, and might be 3. There's extremely washed up, getting the third.
Very concerning start for the RMIT side right now. They haven't had as many offensive opportunities, but Griffith has just done a much better job on capitalizing on them. Great touch from Washed Up, and 3-0 lead. Looks like game one is going to be going to the Queensland-based team.
Shiro charging one more time. Like you said, Queensland-based team coming up Trump right now, but it is first game, and it was a slow start for the team we considered coming in here with the advantage. I do think RMIT Black has a lot more in them than this.
I mean, you can see it with setups right there, right? Exile looking for that double. You'd kind of expect them to make it. Awkward that they couldn't piece it together, but those are the types of mistakes. That's the type of play that will clean up as this series does progress. So Griffith, they're going to take this win. They're going to run away with it, put it in the bank, and hopefully save it for later right now, because this is the start that they wanted to see. Shiro nearly own goals it right there, has to backflip it to keep it away. But a lot of questions now need to be answered from the RMIT side. When will they wake up? Because game one has already come and gone.
And it will be reaching ground with no contest there. They just want game two to be up for grabs immediately. Griffith, though, stepping up in game one. I got to say, as much as we were talking about RMIT Black not reaching their potential, maybe not stepping up to the speed we were expecting, Griffith, the Eagle Boys, they stepped up beyond what I was expecting there, and they really came in strong in game one.
Yeah, and a lot of it had to do with the play of Sleepy. I feel like Sleepy was the one who was playing a lot further up, the one who was, I think, the most accurate in sort of finding those opportunities when they presented himself to put pressure on. And Shiro defensively was that wall. A lot of great first defensive touches, a lot of work being done on the back half of the pitch. It was a good showing from the two of them. The question is, can they dig deep? Can they continue to play at this level? We're about to find out. Game number 2 already on the pitch, Gex, and if Griffith can find a way to put this one away as well, we're going to have to reevaluate, I think, how we feel about these teams.
If you're talking about consistency, I got to say, I think it's very plausible out of Griffith. Nothing they did there looked like it was hard to repeat in the way that they're playing right now. They have a very textbook style about them right this second, and they're doing it at high speed. So if they can continue to find these connections like Exodus right now, oh my goodness, what a start to game 2.
Well, that's a lot more what we were expecting to see out of this team. Exile to Exodus across the middle of the pitch, shot straight down the center, and not even Sleepy can make the save right there. 1-0 lead from RMIT.
It's the kind of connections we saw in game 1 out of Griffith, but that's at a possibly even higher level. This is what I'm talking about. That kind of play with those connections, they look sustainable. When you're doing it with that much confidence, you know it can be done multiple times without failure, and they're going to have to find it more, because I don't think one goal is going to do it, especially with Shiro striking back immediately. 424 on board.
It looked like the defense from RMIT was just really caught out. You can see Sweeper didn't know where to commit in the corner. Exile had no momentum off the backboard right there. Just a really fast heads-up play from the Griffith side, who continue to be the faster team.
Yeah, I don't know if you could say that right out of the gates, but I mean, we're still in the first 30 seconds to see these two goals come out. It's not taken them long, literally seconds into the match, and they're looking like they're back on top of that speed they had in game 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a really strong showing so far from them, and it's exactly what we'd want to see from a team like Griffith, and not be afraid, you know, of all the hype that could be surrounding RMIT, as demo happening in front of the net. Washed Up, though, won't win that challenge. Shiro, however, still finds the angle. Sweeper barely able to make the save.
I love the lack of respect, too. The disrespect coming out of Griffith. They do not care that this is an RLCS roster. They don't care who RMIT Black is. They are coming in and playing the way that they play, and nobody's going to stop them.
Yeah, maybe we should be seeing, you know, an org announcement for this Griffith side at the end of this one right now. Sleepy is going to find the setup. Ball water falls down, and I actually like the distance that was there. Washed Up, though, still plays conservative and just straight up beats Exile. Very fortunate that was not a goal.
But we're talking about the speed out of them, and then we get this amazing display of patience as well. This is really good stuff out of Griffith, even if they're not scoring. Crazy good consistency out of this team right now. That's on target. Oh, just off the crossbar. Sleepy's going to let that go to Extremely Washed Up, and they're looking for the center, and Sweeper in the corner is going to hold the line.
Yeah, Sweeper is also going to try to play it across that midfield. Sleepy will put it up from underneath. Extremely Washed Up has a chance. Exodus tries to pre-jump the save and still gets it red. That was a bit of a nail-biter once again, and I think a big difference between Game 1 and Game 2 right now, we're seeing that confidence from Griffith even more so. They've been attacking the ball so effectively. That is an improvement from what we saw in game number 1.
I agree. I didn't think we were going to see improvements out of the winning side there so dramatically, but you're right. One win and suddenly Griffith look like they're confident against the team we were coming in with the preference for. Exodus in behind it now. Will pass it upfield. Still a chance for RMIT Black to bring this back into their favor, but it keeps getting denied. A back pass doesn't come out well. Sleepy denied on the line, though, and now Exodus has control in the corner.
Something, though, that RMIT is doing differently this game, they are playing a little bit further back as well, and that's why we're not seeing the sort of counterattack goals that we saw in game number 1, and that's why it's a bit tighter. And by playing further back, Sweeper has been doing a fantastic job on defense. Like, Sweeper is the only reason why this game is still tied right now. So it's good to see that RMIT still can get their defense in a row. It's just the lack of, like, any attacking pressure, it feels like this game has been what's holding them back.
Oh, good tap down from Exile. Exodus can't get there in time. The defense, again, quick from Griffith. And now it might have been a case in game 1 of the opponents being underestimated here. RMIT Black, you can see the fear in their eyes now. There is no underestimation, but there is an even gameplay, and they are still struggling to find the mark to bring themselves out on top. Good pass to Exodus. The shot is just
that's in.
The cleanup is there. Exodus makes it 1-up.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, if you're going to see a more dynamic attack, you're going to have to expect it out of that RMIT side. A great little setup off the backboard. It looked like it could have been a pass up above, but instead taking it themselves. 2-1 lead, RMIT, with a minute and a change to go.
And still a chance here for Griffith, though. I mean, a minute, 1 goal. Very easily made up here. Shiro on goal line as well. He's going to put that point to an exclamation mark, and Sweeper in behind it, takes that away. It's a full stop, but for which team? No, it's taken away. Shiro has the control.
Yeah, Shiro doing a good job off the backboard right now. Will clear it up that middle of the field. Sleepy wants to use the backboard to set up. Exile has it red. Exodus was already pressing forward. And those are the types of setups, those are the types of plays that are telling me RMIT, they're getting themselves back into it. Sweeper with the dunk sets up Exile, 3-1 lead.
They might making you look good, Max. That is quite the point made there. They are getting back up on top. It's a 2-goal lead, and what a setup to make it happen. The dunk down from above.
Yeah, this was the RMIT we were kind of expecting to see, I think, and it took them a little while to wake up and get themselves going, but with 30 seconds remaining here in game number 2, threatening another goal. Sweeper should be able to spike it in. No! That's a little high, but it's not going to matter much because RMIT will be winning this game.
Look at the massive pressure that RMIT are putting on as well. I mean, regardless of the fact they've already won this, they are trying to make a point out of this game and really put the fear into Griffith in game number 3 here as number 2 does go into their hands. It's going to even up the series, but what a display from RMIT Black, particularly in the last minute of this game.
Yeah, it was a great turnaround from the RMIT side. Griffith, though, they still are showing a lot of what made them successful, and overall, I still think Griffith played a really good game right there. Again, for the first 3 minutes, it felt like they were the team continuing to dictate the tempo, continuing to dictate control. This Griffith side has shown up to play, and that was not something I was expecting to see, so hats off to them. Can they get that momentum back, though, now that it's lost Gex? That's going to be a real challenge.
I mean, when you see a full RLCS roster enter the Uni Series, you don't really expect them to come in with the attitude of RLCS, but they're being pushed to that point, and I like that a lot. Griffith, Eagle Boys are making them play like an RLCS roster, and now we're seeing the best out of RMIT Black just to make those wins happen.
Yeah, well, is it the best from RMIT Black yet? I still think they have some more they can show us as well, so I'm not going to go that far because we know there is that next level. I feel like a lot of their touches that should be goals, I think, have been getting crossbar, been put a little bit high. They still got some of that juice, and maybe we'll see it in this game.
I think you're just talking about OCE right now.
Maybe,
oh
but then this is a bit more of what I'm talking about, Gex. This is more of what I'm expecting to see.
Bit less OCE, is it?
No, this is what OCE
bit
should
more RLCS.
be.
A little bit more RLCS.
Yeah, OCE. Look, are we going to get into an OCE versus APAC debate? Is that where we're headed right now?
No. If we were talking about that, I'd just be trying to take the crown from OCE on own goals.
I mean, well, unfortunately for you, Kami doesn't really score her own goals, so.
Oh, I know,
Yeah.
I know. We took the one player from you that we can't beat you on that point. For. Exeter's good contest above the net there. That's where the pressure's really coming from, like on goal line now.
Yeah, it has been, and it's been like really strong from both teams actually, because it's not just been the cases of Griffith making a lot of those on goal line saves. Sweeper was the one who I called out before for having that sweeper. Almost gets that touch in right there. Good play by Exile. Sleepy, the only defender realistically who can make a save unless Shiro will come through with that read. Well played.
It looked like a 1-2 passing play, but between two opponents. That's no, that's a very, very good look for Shiro. Just made his opponent look like his teammate with that play. And comes back, Sweeper now with a beat, and there's a chance here, but Exodus would have to make that play, and he's defaulted back to defense. Cannot blame him in this situation. Confusing plays from Griffith, I guess. I guess.
There's some of that. There's some of that AEL charm. We got it out of our system right there. 3 whiffs in a row. Very nice. Very nice. Ball in front of the net. Sweeper underneath. Almost sneaks one through. There's no one in front of the goal, but there's no one behind the ball either. And eventually it gets cleared to safety.
Sweeper with the block does put it back away towards that goal line. Exile's just creating chaos in the goal line. Seemed like he was in the goal box of his opponents for a long time there.
Oh, that clear, though, across the middle of the field, though, could prove to be a little bit dangerous as we take a look at the goal. No one's going to bang it in just yet.
Rotations.
Yeah, well, you know, gotta be where you want to be, right? And right now where you want to be is apparently not across the middle of the pitch, actually. Exodus with an awkward miss.
Exodus,
Another awkward miss. Exodus
Yeah.
needs to get their head back in the game.
This isn't coming off looking good for RMIT Black. They're still up by 1, but nothing seems to be changing here. I thought Griffith would really have an opportunity to fire one back here. Shiro with a lot of control, trying to bump Sweeper away there as well. Does set it up there in the midfield. It's going to come away to Exile, though, and Sleepy collecting that boost will be the last man back as the demo comes through on extremely washed up. Now a chance for Sleepy. It does stay right in front of that net, but Sweep has the boost to clear it out.
Shiro, though, patient defense had it red. However, the faster team on defense this time was RMIT, and they will use that speed to clear it across the middle of the field. Sleepy tries to bang it back. Sweeper falls back for boost, and that will expose the backboard. The setup's there. The shot is high. The follow-up is low, and when you go low, you go bro, baby. 1-1 game. I don't know what that means.
Silo, go low, go bro. And here we go. The solo play comes through from Shiro at the end. I mean, there was some setups there, but that in the end was all Shiro, I feel like. That targeting bottom left corner, it just sat up for him almost perfectly, but there were defenders there. He still made the beat. It was a very good play by Shiro.
Yeah, it was just a good play and a good turnaround all around from the Griffith side. Shiro, though, with that last touch, obviously looked good. That touch, not quite as strong. Still washed up, gets their first fighting. Shiro!
No!
Ooh, talk about placement. I mean, that was exactly where they wanted it to be. Unfortunately for him, Sweeper was there for the save.
Shiro again. As we sharpen our hammers here, it's Exile on the ball. Going away, Exodus again with a chance. And looks for the angle, just misses it.
Oh, it's only game 3, Gex, and you're doing me dirty. It's only game 3.
It's fine. It's fine. It's content, Max. Exodus has to put this back. Looked for the back pass on Exile, but might have actually called him off. It has the boost in the corner, and now the follow-up. Didn't quite get control of it, but it is still held to the midfield. Yeah,
and in that midfield, Exile's going to try to play off that sidewall right there. Sweeper is going to be the one who bangs it down. Actually looking at an open net. Exodus almost with the save. Does not matter. 2-1 lead.
This is the second time I've seen goals go in exclusively because of a big demo here. It might have even been Exodus last time, I think. So, yeah, big plays from Exodus. This is definitely coming into the meta we should see from this team during RLCS, I think.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I'm hoping we do get to see that physicality because I know physical games are always fun ones to watch. That is for certain. As it stands, 40 seconds to go, and just like in game number 2, it is Griffith looking for that last-minute equalizer. Shiro isn't able to beat out the defense, and look how deep Extremely Washed Up is. No way they get to the play in time.
look at the panic from RMIT Black to keeping the lead here as well, but there's no response from Griffith right now. They've been able to take it across the front of the goal a few times, but the pressure didn't really come on after that first break. Sleepy now trying to create it again, but it's straight back to the backboard, and with this control, RMIT Black might just have this in the bag as the seconds tick away. 5 on the board, Exodus with the challenge. Down to ground it'll go, and they are just ticking down the seconds. High, one more time, and Exodus should ground this year. Yeah,
there it is. We had to play around in the corner for a little bit. Either way, RMIT Black 2-1 in this series. So after that slower start, they have been showing those flash moments of brilliance, those flash moments of extreme mechanical prowess, particularly with a couple of their dynamic attacks. The demo game is favoring them as well, and where Griffith had the advantage in speed, it's been feeling less and less impactful as RMIT has gotten more and more into the form we were expecting from them, Gex. So that loss, I think, was a bitter one to swallow. Still was a one-goal game, though, and Griffith can find themselves right back in it.
Now, people in chat even predicting a 4-0 towards RMIT Black, and I do understand why. So Griffith has really come up very, very big here. I don't know if I expected a 4-0. I think there's enough room in AEL to put that series out for one reason or another there, but it's definitely a very, very big effort from Griffith here.
I mean, I hear you on that, but every series should be a 4-0, Gex. If a better team is better, they should win every game. That's just how it is.
That's how it is. It doesn't matter how close you are. If you're better, you should be that way consistently.
50.1% is always going to have the odds. So you always go heads.
Exodus takes it through. It's off the top left corner, though. Shiro doesn't take it as a pass. Could have turned that into a very, very confident counterattack, but now Exile has control.
And it's a brief-lived control because, well, maybe not. Exodus actually is going to cut off the midfield line. Sweeper is going to have the... I thought they were going to let that one clear back, but no, it's time to press forward and maybe a little too far forward. We're seeing a lot of errant swings and misses right now on the RMIT side. It does look like they've got it back in their grasp, though. Exile's shot will go wide.
I think one of the biggest things we saw in Griffith's favor was how proactive they were with confidence. And now we're not kind of seeing that. We are seeing them sit back in defense a little more. We're seeing them also, go for plays. Maybe they shouldn't be out of desperation to keep it away from their net. This isn't the confidence that we saw out of them early. And even when they're trying to be proactive, they're being denied on every front, including, and this is very important, boost.
Yeah, as Exile will play midfield to try to go up into the corner. Washed Up will have that touch there. Now looking for another one from a teammate underneath. Sleepy. Oh, doesn't get the corner read. That could have been dangerous. Good heads-up defense by Exodus. Wasn't enough to stop the attack, however. It will be Exile across the middle that finds the gap.
And it's back towards Washed Up. Sleepy's going to tap it high. Very, very high. Sweeper can take it. Shiro, though, that's a very, very good, dangerous center, especially if Exodus misses it. Sweeper can keep them safe. There was no shot coming through. That's the kind of shot that makes the difference between these two teams.
Yes, Exodus continues to try to pepper that backward right now. Sleepy will be the one who collects it across that midfield line. 2.5 minutes to go. Sweeper tries to stay with the play. Washed Up will be the one who intercepts it at midfield. Shiro looking, deciding, well, it's a little too high for me, but a little too low for, I believe that was Sleepy, as Exodus almost takes it to the house, sets up Sweeper, and it's a 1-0 lead.
Is indeed. The goal explosion comes up, and Exodus gets it away for Sweeper. The shot is good, only a 1-goal lead, but we are more than halfway through this game, so on pace for the win.
Yeah, on pace as we continue to keep playing. 2:13 to go. Exodus across the midfield. Just trying to dribble it in and through. Doesn't find it yet. Still 2:05. Still plenty of time. However, we haven't really seen Griffith get that opening goal yet.
No, that is super, super important for them. If this continues, like I said, it comes down to a kind of goal target here. If you hit your first goal more than halfway through the game, you're on target to win with only one. You only have to hold at that point. Of course, they're not going to be happy enough with that. Griffith definitely shouldn't be. We need to see that one goal come through. Sleepy puts one on target, but here's those desperation plays again. You don't have that confidence seen out of them anymore.
No, we haven't been seeing too much of that, unfortunately, as we are going to watch Extremely Washed Up, cleared across the middle of the field, staying with the play. It will get all the way to the backward. Washed Up has to down this and does.
And the two members committing upfield here made this very, very complex. Leaving that for Sleepy and going for the backboard was an actually very, very high-level play there. The comms on point for Griffith.
Yeah, the comms absolutely have been on point, and things are looking quite strong for them. And this is the first time we've actually been able to see them get that late-game equalizing play right back in the series. Again, going to a 3-1 situation, difficult to come back from. Griffith kind of in a must-win scenario already, as Shiro will clear it across that midfield line.
Big challenge by Exile, but it hasn't gone far. Now, a good chance actually reset back to the backboard to try and get the bump there. Exodus kept away from the clear. Exile in behind it. Huge 50, pinches in towards the center. Extremely washed up. We'll have to eventually go back to the blue side and reset into that defense.
And where Exile was waiting for it, Shiro will be the next one to bang it forward. Extremely washed up, tries to collect up high, but it's left for Shiro instead. Saved on the line sweeper, keeping the hope alive.
Oh, no.
And no, Exodus misses the open net.
And we're back in OCE.
No, but yes.
Exile's going to miss that near the ceiling, and you can see the pressure on both teams right now. Realistically, though, we shouldn't be seeing it out of RMIT Black. If they win this one, they put themselves on game point here. One shot towards that backboard is not going to make it. Sleepy is up, beaten out well and truly by Sweeper, but that goes slow in that midfield, looking like overtime, but Exodus can deny that. Sweeper's up, it goes to ground. Overtime it is.
It was close, though. It was very, very close. Maybe that momentum will carry over straight away. No, Exodus misses! Oh, that could have been it. Sleepy almost gets the dog. Sweeper has to play off their own backboard. A very tumultuous start right there for RMIT.
Sleepy, a big miss there, leaving Shiro to scramble back into third-man position. Exodus is up, might have missed the mark, a bump on the third man as well. Exile still got there, but it's not enough of a touch as a result from that bump to actually score it. The pass out, Exodus there for the save.
And again, it's so vital Griffith gets this goal and wins this overtime. Going down 3-1 is essentially a reverse sweep in a best-of-5, so... And we've seen how few of those actually come to fruition, let alone in a best-of-7. This is pretty do or die right now for the Griffith side. They are on defense. Sweeper plays it patiently. Didn't get that touch off of Shiro they were looking for. Washed up now goes high, beats out Exile. And now Griffith might have a chance on offense unless Exodus finds Exile looking for it, intercepted by Shiro.
I'm just writing down one for our call-outs of best-of-5s right now. Shiro with the challenge. Coming down forward, Exodus off to the side. You know, I think we're doing pretty well on that front, Max. We've avoided it. I think we're on target.
I thought the context for that was, you know, calling this series a best-of-5, which I did not. Exile, though, will put it away because if it was a best-of-5, it would be over.
I'm counting it. I don't care. I'm counting it. That's the shot, though, and it does put them to game point, and that's very, very scary now for Griffith. They've already done better than expected, but I still feel like there's that step-up potential for them to make this even closer. I want to see at least one more game out of them before the end of this series, but RMIT Black, they can deny that right now.
Yeah, it is going to be an interesting one. I mean, look, out of the games we've seen so far, Griffith did struggle the most, I feel like, in that game. They didn't have that same offensive pressure that they were having before. It felt similar to game 1 almost, where even though, yes, that was the game that they won, they did so capitalizing off of few opportunities. This time they had what felt like even less opportunities, and they weren't able to really capitalize on them in the same fashion. I don't know. RMIT, they found their tempo once more. It looks like they could be getting that 4-1 series win.
Potential for it, and I think we'll see it early because we've seen Griffith. We know how they suffer under that pressure. There it is, straight away. Exodus with the control, generating that pressure right off the back. First goal goes down in seconds, and in quite some fashion, right on the crossbar.
Yeah, that didn't take long. And unfortunately for Griffith, they just don't seem to play as well with that deficit than even in an equal score line. They did respond quickly once before, and RMIT's kickoffs have looked shaky. This one, though, it doesn't look like it's going to find its way into the net.
It's a good back pass to Shiro. Connection made, and it means Sleepy can keep it going upfield. Need the read, though, and Shiro can't get there. Big demo there means Sleepy as third man has to come through. Good beat in a timely fashion, and they do have control back. Might only be for a moment, though. What a touch from Exodus. Can get back to that, but the read's not there.
As we are looking for the pass forward, Exile pops it up. Sleepy, though, goes up high forward, looking for Shiro underneath. Shot down the middle, will be swept away by the sweeper, who will continue through that midfield line, actually. Tries to get that ball through the corner. Double commit on defense means Exile only has one to beat. Throwing it up to Exodus. Back over to Exile off the backboard. Not quite. Whoa! It's a demo play into the double, into the 2-0 lead.
Massive, massive goal here, and RMIT Black is stepping up again. There's that physical play coming through one more time. This time not from Exodus, but he's going to take advantage.
I mean, yeah, don't let the demo distract you from how sweet that goal was as well.
Yeah, exactly.
The double touch off the roof. That was some nice stuff from RMIT, who are looking to end this series in 5 as they've already got the 3-0 lead.
It looks like they're looking to end this in more than 5 goals as well. So this is absolutely huge. Yeah, it could essentially be a best of 5 if they win this one.
Yep, and yeah, there you go. That's the one way
there you go.
Of looking at it. But again, like, this is a team that, when we look at this lineup, should be one of the favorites to.
Very scary.
Yeah, should be one of the favorites to win it out in the end. So, yeah, it is spooky. It is spooky. That kickoff was spooky. They need to work on their kickoffs before we go into.
Me deeply.
They need to work on their kickoffs before RCS. All right, they've only got like a few days left to do it.
Zero boost. It will be a goal, but it would have been great to see it finished by the man who made that pass off the backboard. Exodus finishes it off nicely regardless. Exile just didn't quite have the boost to get there himself.
Yeah, it was a good spike down, though, from Exodus, though, to kind of just muscle that one in. 4-0 lead. RMIT running away here with game number 5. This, like, I don't know, when we look at the other teams in this competition right now, who do we actually see as a threat to them once they start to play at this level?
Yeah, it's hard to pick anybody. It's very rare. In fact, have we ever seen full RLCS rosters in AEL Uni before? I don't know if we've had.
Not all on the same team, if that makes
exactly.
sense. Like, we've had an RLCS team where it's like players from 3 different teams.
Exactly, that's what I mean. These guys are actually scrimming together. Woo. They're playing together, and it results in goals like this. Sweeper getting an absolute banger. 122 kph off of a pinch off the defense. Oh, no, sorry. It was just a bump of Sweeper.
Yeah, that was a good goal right there as we continue along. 3 minutes to go. Might want to read some of those producer notes. Get that out of the way there. Gex, either way, Exodus off of that corner. Gonna try to set something up off the back. I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out. That's for sharpening my hammer. Now it's ready to strike. Gex is confused.
Oh, Shire.
5-1 lead.
Yeah, I'm very confused. Akuma is all right. That's fair. Exile isn't on the team. Exile isn't on EXO, right? Yeah, that makes sense.
It's close to, though.
It's very close.
I mean, no, I want to go back to the very start of this one, right? With I was talking about it. It's Sweeper and Exodus. They're the two. They're the duo. They're the two. Oh man.
Exile would be the team with him. Absolutely. We are one away from your least favorite number.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to distract from that, all right? And you still found a way to bring it up.
No, yeah, that's my dedicated role here when we cast together.
I thought.
There it is. There it is. Say it, Max. Don't make me say it.
Viva la Brazil.
There it is.
I thought I blunted your hammer enough, but it's still sharp, apparently.
Sharp hammer here.
It's a sharp hammer. 7-1 lead right now as Game 5 completely run away from Griffith.
and my speaking capacities, apparently.
We're both.
Exile taking it high there. It's absolutely a runaway, though. I mean, the display right now is really just RMIT Black showing off, showing why they should be the most feared team in the competition right this second.
Yeah, they and I stand by what I'm saying. Like, I don't really know what team that we have right now can challenge them when they start to play at this top level. I mean, even earlier, you know, when I was looking at that roster, and no, we ruined the scoreline. I mean, yay, we ruined the scoreline.
Hey, look, we're on target for the Barca now. That's the new target, right?
It is the new target right now.
It's not as overused in your opinion,
No,
correct?
no. In fact, I often forget it even exists. So, like, let's see it happen.
The players always remind me.
Oh, that's good.
Exile out from the corner, sweeper nearly reaches it. It's actually unbelievable how much less frequently the 8-2 comes out than the 7-1. I mean, yes, obviously it's going to be less frequent just because of the amount of goals required, but it's insane how many times though I can count how many of those I've casted on one hand.
Yeah, well, what is the fact that you can even remember how many 8-2s you've casted? Like,
yeah,
I
exactly.
can't even think of one off the top of my head. It's
very rare. Yeah.
I remember
for only a 2-goal difference in a game. It's an unbelievably
Exodus just saved
rare.
it.
Yeah,
Exodus
I know. That would have been it.
That would have been. Well, no, that would have been. Actually, what would it have been? Wait, did
that
Exodus?
would have been the 8-2. That would have been the 8-2.
And Exodus saved it for the other team.
Yeah. Exodus, he wants it to be his. Sleepy trying to take it upfield. And he does so well. Double out of the corner, goes slower than expected, though, and now Shiro has to go for the setup rather than the shot. And it's away towards the goal line. They're trying to keep themselves safe from the Barca. It might not be enough. Exile with the miss, and Exodus with the challenge. It's slowed down the pace of this game dramatically now.
It has. It feels a little bit to me like RMIT don't want to drag this one out. Like 7 goals is enough. Let's just take it home. I mean, we'll see what Sweeper does here. And Exodus stops him. Yeah. No, they just want to kill the clock right now, Gex. There's no other way to describe what that.
I mean, I would have respected that if you were on the 7-1, right? To hold the line, but this is, no, go for the 8-2.
No.
It's, no, I don't, there's total lack of respect for you here.
There is, what is it, I remember there a while ago, the NFL subreddit had like this huge fascination with scoregami, which is like whenever there's a new scoreline that has never been seen before, as that is OCE taking the own goal back.
Yeah, this was very intentional.
Exactly.
Wow, okay. The banner and profile picture just went to Max, so I guess you just scored the last goal in the game. Congratulations.
Wait, what?
You're the own goal king now.
What? Wait, where did...
They left the match and the profile picture and banner changed to yours, Max.
Oh. Well, what do you know?